everybody, welcome back to some StarCraft 2 action. We're still following Bly over here, going up against Spirit in the regional qualifiers from Europe for the ESL 2023 Winter Edition. These games were played offline. Bly's drone already heading out here to mine this mineral field. Only 5 minerals on these patches, so you only need 1 drone to mine through it. And just scouting around for maybe some proxy barracks. We don't know what's happening onto the ladder, but that might just... Whoa, wait a minute. Yo, this is some mind game shit. Bly takes his second base on the rich geyser whilst mining out the minerals so that Spirit could think that there's a base out here, maybe on his gold. I think that's the mind game being played out here right now. Damn, it's all up to Spirit to kind of scout this out. Right now, not using an SCV to scout around. Second drone going out of the base. Curious to see what's going to happen there. No gas just yet from Bly. Drone now heading out. Where is this going? It's going to make a gas at the rich geyser. Is this going to be a roach build? Because 3 more drones are being sent out. 4? What the hell? All these drones migrating across the map. And he's just mining a second mineral. Why? Why? What? Why? Bly? Why? This guy's just straight up memeing right now. Okay, so he's going for this rich geyser play here. And let's see if Spirit... No, Spirit has not elected to scout at all. He's like, nah, I would only get confused by Bly's bullshit. We're not doing this. No Roach Warren just yet. So all we have is Bly with a natural base on his, let's call it a potential 4th base, with a rich geyser. No 3rd base just yet, and he's mining. Well, this 1 drone is just, it just keeps on mining. I don't know why, but here's the Reaper coming into the main base. Notices that there's no natural base for Bly just yet. Speed is done, but the geyser isn't done yet. So Spirit knows that there's a base somewhere. And here are 2 links in the natural, actually. Taking down that SCV, stopping that CC from building. 1 does get taken down by these double Marine, or these 2 Marines. Reaper now scouting around, like, what's going on? He's trying to scout, is it the gold? It's not the gold. So, Spirit has seen both of the gold bases, but still, he has found nothing. Look at Spirit's map here. Bly seems to be having nothing at all. Now that's a super fast lair actually coming out of Bly. What is he going to do with all this gas? Is this just going to be like a weird 2-base Spire? Maybe it's like fast Hydras? And now the Reaper does find it. These drone or larvae were not being used for a little bit. Bly saturated in his main. We do see 3 gases, and now there's a Roach Warren. But Lair's about to spawn, and he can't really use Lair, so I'm a little confused, honestly. Like, he has a lair, but he's not using it for anything. Oh, actually, the Roach Warren gets scouted by Spirit, and he builds a Spire at his rich geyser base. So it is a weird 2-base Spire play, which is honestly just really confusing. And I guess this could be good, because if you show the Roach Warren, maybe you should have just let it finish, then he might think it's just a weird Ravager play. Okay, we see some creep at the front here. Not sure what that's for, but you know, the creep is there. It might signal like a roach or a creep highway for the roaches. Overlord here is going to get taken down. And Spirit just taking a 3rd CC. Making some extra barracks here, just doing the thing. No siege tank, actually. But there is a bunker. The cruel thing here is that I feel like a Roach Flood would just do a lot here. But instead we have probably about 10 mutas coming out of this 2-base play of Bly. This is absolutely bonkers. Also, nice drop here. I like that. Not just mutas, but also a drop play from Bly coming out here into the main base with like 9 lings or 7 lings. Viking is going to spot it, however. That's kind of unfortunate. Mutas should be coming out right now. They are in production, so this drop actually revealing itself a little bit too early. But he does get into the main base. 12 mutas underway at the 5:30 mark. That's pretty fast. But one turret's going down. Second turret's going down. Lings are in the main base. Do manage to kill 1 Marine, 2 Marine. Kind of signaling to me that Bly just wants to dive onto this Marine force and keep it thinned out. So here are the mutas probably going into the main base, trying to kill the Marine force. This is kind of an all-in play. And there he goes onto the Marines, and 3-4 Marines do fall. And now he must try and not get shot down with his bunker and the turret and the Viking. Ooh. And Bly trying to work on the supply depots in the front. Gets 2 more Marines. There's almost no Marines here. And meanwhile, Bly's just making more Mutalisk and Zerglings. Can he actually survive here? And just dives on for it. Gets the Viking, gets the Marines. Could have gotten the turret as well, but flies back. And the front is wide open, so more Zerglings could be trickling in. What a crazy build here for Bly. And +1 is going to get denied as well. Spirit trying to hold on here, and we are going onto the bunker. Zerglings are here, mutas are here. Mutas dive onto the Marines, actually stop targeting the bunker, so the bunker survives. And that's a lot of Zerg units going into the meat grinder all of a sudden. And now there's Medivacs out and barely just can't kill these Marines. Maybe should have made +1 attack for the Flyers. I don't know if that makes a difference for this fight. And now Bly trying to stay annoying with these Mutalisk. He does have 3 bases. He could maybe drone up that natural. But he's trying to leverage this rich geyser, just having as much gas as possible for this Mutaclump. And he just wants to snowball out of control. But this Marine force is kind of snowballing out of control. Even though he did cancel the +1 on that engineering bay in the front, we do see Stim is done. We see 4 Medivacs. And combat shields just finished up. So I don't think Bly can kill Spirit anymore with this, but he can still do pretty good damage here. And Bly now just droning up. Was ahead of workers for quite a bit there. But this third base has been dropping a lot of mules for Spirit because it was built early. Tank does get taken down. That's pretty nice. So even if Spirit moves out now, it's just going to be pure Marine. So if Bly gets into Speed Bane, then he can be fine, you know, those speedy Banelings. Although his creep spread is atrocious to say the least. So it's going to be very hard to defend himself against this Marine clump. And these Marines are now moving out to the natural. Does target down 1 Medivac. Really nice there. But that's a lot of Marines. We have 36 Marines on the field right now. More popping out every second. And he's moving on to your creep right now, Bly. Where are the Banes? The Banes are not done yet, so this base is imperiled. The drones are being pulled. They have to run away from these Marines, but the Marines just give chase and can't really be punished for that. 10 drones go down already. And now here is some Baneling Mutalisk trying to kill these Marines, but that's a really good splits from Spirit, getting a pretty effective trade there. And here are some reinforcements. More Marines are out, and Bly goes in for the kill. Tries to kill these Marines, but that's a lot of Mutalisk that are falling. Now he does get the Medivacs, does get this turret. How many mutas have been killed? 14 mutas have died this game. That's pretty rough. Baneling speed does finish up. But the Banelings are trickling in off of creep. Oh, and the mutas were a move command. Oh, barely not getting the kill on this Terran force. The Terran reinforcements are just enough to keep this attack going. And as a Zerg player, that's bad news bears. 40 workers still for the Zerg side here. Queen coming out. Maybe she can reinforce the creep spread. And now the third base is landed for Spirit. And his SCV count will be rising very fast in the coming minute. So these mutas need to get some stuff done. Keep that Terran on the Terran side of the map, because Zerg needs to recuperate. Needs to build a lot of drones, needs to get his upgrades, and just like hang in there. Just have like 20 lings ready to become banelings if the Marine Club moves out ever. And you just kind of go for a base race-y type situation. Mutas now in the main base, trying to get some damage done. Do get a couple Marine kills. Oh, barely can't get further out on the map. So these Marines actually target down the Mutas there. Does get a, or, well, not a cancellation, but a delay on that armory by killing the SCV. Marine drop coming out of Spirit, leaving from the third base, and these Mutas did not catch it. They are being very successful in being annoying, and there you go. Double upgrades being started for Bly, even though they're already done for Spirit. I love that Bly's committing to the act. He's making this game chaotic and crazy, but he missed his most dangerous moment already, and now look at this. He has so many units and barely any drones. Now just droning up, actually. Seems like a pretty decent position for Bly if he can survive for the next couple minutes, get these 1-1 upgrades out, because the 2-2 for Spirit has not started. That armory was indeed delayed, and even though it's finished now, wow, this drop actually gets cleaned up rather fast. So Bly must have seen it on the map, or just barely in time and reacting really fast. Now another push coming out from the Terran here at the, well, let's call it a fourth base for now. And these Marines are making short work of those drones. This base is being sieged down. These drones just want to go home. Ooh, siege tank sieges a couple, or hits them with a shot. Does get a couple drone kills. And Thor is here, being added on, realizing that indeed Bly's just not giving up on the mutas. He keeps investing in this giant muta flock. Although it has been whittled down a lot. And maybe Spirit thinks that's Bly's only play. Just like, if you get a critical mass of muta, then maybe. But instead, Bly's not investing into more mutas. Never mind, 7 mutas are being fired up. Bly agrees. Ooh, double burrow baneling shenaniganery going on. More burrow banelings on the middle of the map, but those don't help if the Terran is already in your base killing your dudes. And that's definitely happening right now. Nice baneling force right here on the creep. They can, of course, be very dangerous. But the problem is that the creep does not extend very far. So as soon as Spirit runs off the creep into that siege tank range, the banelings have to give up. And this third base now also being forced down, and it is indeed destroyed by these Marines. There's a lot of Zerg actually sharking around on the map, hoping that Spirit will retreat into him. And now Bly going for a bit of a base race here, or at least some counterattack damage. And Marines are being targeted down by these lings, and the Mutalisk actually do manage to kill them, but this is not the muta count that Bly was hoping to see this late into the game. Does clean up the Marines, but just barely doesn't have enough mutas to actually, like, kill the turret, and that feels bad. You know you don't have enough mutas when you are afraid of a singular turret. It's not even being repaired, and Bly is doing some counter damage with these mutas, trying to be annoying, but Spirit just set up in front of his natural and third base, or new third base, and these Marines are supremely split. Banelings can't do anything. And a Mutaflock could pick up those Marines one by one. But there's a Thor and just so many Marines. Even +2 finished for Spirit. And with that, Spirit takes the first game after Bly pulled out all the stops. Really interesting strategy. I love the mind games. But Spirit proved that the mind games were not enough to defeat him. He just, frankly, just didn't scout. Just kind of did his own thing. Didn't allow Bly to do crazy stuff to him. And there's another early drone on the map. I'm really hoping for a nice proxy hatch. He's looking for a hatchery in the natural of Terran. That can be quite annoying if the Terran doesn't know exactly how to deal with that. You have to, like, I think build a bunker and just ignore it for a little bit. But you can also pull a bunch of SCVs. And if you ignore it for too long, then there's a queen, and maybe there can be roaches, and suddenly there's like a creep tumor, and then you'll never get your natural base, so then you have to like take your natural at your third or something. It's like, it makes for crazy games, and that's what we're here for. Bly will give us those crazy games, and Bly's going for one of those hybrid bases, so he's just taking all the advantages that he can get out of a crazy game like this, and Spirit sees that hatchery on his natural base, and he's like, you what, mate? You what? And he pulls 3 additional SCVs, 4 additional SCVs, so that's 5 SCVs working on the hatchery, and that makes it so that the hatchery is slowly losing health, as you can see, down here in the bottom right. And in the meanwhile, Bly's just taking a gas, a pool, and falling back onto his hybrid base to do further shenaniganery. Now let's see if he cancels it and makes an Evo, or if he finishes it up. And he actually cancels it and makes an Evo chamber, so just prolonging the denial of the CC, and Spirit in defiance just builds a CC next to the Evo chamber on the natural. And Bly sees that CC in all of its glory. Look at that, like, it's all the vision he gets. He sees some Marines and he sees the CC. Nice. Factory being built. I don't think there was a Reaper. That's actually kind of nice for Bly. It's super annoying to deal with the Reapers this early on if the Terran is the APM, to keep that Reaper alive and be annoying. But of course you do run the risk of having to use your SCVs for longer to kill that, well, hatchery and or Evo chamber. And so making those Marines, they just have a way higher DPS versus buildings. But the Reaper can be really annoying because speed is so delayed. That's what I'm trying to say here. Natural almost done. Let's see what Spirit knows. Spirit did see that one base, but he didn't see the other one. Not really looking around for it as well. Although you would understand that this natural can't be that late, right? Well, if it is, then Spirit would have to think that there's like a roach worm, but he saw the main base as well. So let's see how he plays here. Does have a second barracks pretty early. Let's see if he's going for like a 2-1-1 build. That would make sense here, right? That just feels very solid. Just making the starport. And there he is. Starport, Stim starting up. So he's going 2-1-1, which is going to try and get 2 medevacs up and fill them up with a bunch of Marines, 16 to be exact. And then just fly around the map and be annoying. And usually it's already kind of annoying to get them off your creep and stop them from denying all of your creep. But Bly is actually very spread out on the map right now. Roach Warren in front, just showing that, hoping maybe that Spirit sees that. Second gas here for Bly. He's getting a little extra mineral income from this mineral base, or hybrid mineral base. Speedlings do get into the natural here. 2 of them do go down. 4 in total have died so far. For a little bit of scouting, but he didn't really get any information. Well, he did see the second barracks. That tells him a lot, actually. So you see 2 barracks? It could be 3 barracks. But let's see. Did he see the... He saw the reactor being finished. Like, if he takes the time to look at that, you kind of know that, okay, there's no ways like going mine 3 racks or something, so... I kind of assume that Bly understands what's coming. And he saw the Marine count as well, right? So he should kind of know. And he's played this position 100 times, I feel like, so... Let's see what happens, and now he definitely knows. Overlord does die, but this is some very valuable information for Bly. And double drop goes out, and immediately has to drop down again because of that one Zergling spotting it. Very nice moves by Bly here. Kind of all these hiccups that he's causing in the strategy of Spirit, and now Spirit sees a big move out coming into his natural, and actually all of his Marines are not at home. But this tank is here, and Bly does break through, but that's a lot of Marines, and he's still going for it. He's going for it. He only gets 2 biles onto this siege tank, and actually doesn't get to kill it. And all of the Zerg forces, just like that, they died. Oh my god. If Spirit was just slightly further away and didn't see the force of Bly moving in, I think Bly just like overruns this natural, but instead Spirit gets his Marine force home just in time. The reinforcements arrive, the cavalry's here, and suddenly that force of the Zerg just gets flattened. And now it's in your main base killing your dudes. Very familiar sound. And now the drones are being killed in the main base. And we only have Lings and Roaches, and now you don't like Lings and Roaches versus 2 Medevacs full of Stim Marines. I can tell you that much. +1 is almost done. The Roaches are just super abusable. And you just want a pretty high Queen count, actually, to deal with that. Meanwhile, we have another Marine drop coming out to the Hybrid base, and this is where it really comes to bite Bly in the ass, that he is so spread out. High energy Queen gets targeted down by Spirit. Nice play. And now this high ground's also getting abused. Drones are getting killed here. Spirit is just everywhere, and Bly can't defend on both sides. Overlords are being targeted down. Maybe, is this the last Queen on the map right now? Oh my god, he actually doesn't even have enough forces to defend his natural, and just like that, Bly is forced to tap out, and he gets 2-0'd by Spirit here. So Bly is now 1-1 in this Swiss section, because that's, I think, the format of this qualifier. And, I mean, he tried to do some crazy shenaniganry, but Spirit just so solid, so sharp. I think Bly had a really good shot at that first game. I think all of the latter games are going to be crazy on Alcyone. But in this second game, I feel like Spirit really showed that you can't pull any shenaniganry on me. I'm just gonna take the dub. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the cast. There are more Bly's games coming down the tubes very soon. So I hope to see you in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers.